Salutations. So, The Brave New World, exclusively on Peacock from NBC. When I was turned on to the show, I was expecting it to be a woke nightmare full of just ridiculous, stupid messages, and, you know, honestly, it had the best storyline of any porno I've ever seen. Like, seriously, that was a lot of sex. I would say you could start by cutting all the sex out, but then you'd only have about an hour and a half of footage. I broke down my analysis of this show using my TalksAlot method, which is, everything gets scored on 1 to 10 in character development, story development, acting, and woke meter. Excuse me. Now, character development and story development for my review method go together to tell me how good the actual writing was. Acting is pretty self-explanatory, and woke meter tells you whether or not you should watch it based on the political messages that are sold. That being said, after the 9 episodes for Season 1, the overall writing between character development and story development overall got a 7 out of 10. It tracked fairly well. It dropped in a lot of places, though. Like, as far as there were some holes in character development, conflictions that didn't quite fit. I will tell you right now, you lost me at the end. The finale was garbage. I disengaged completely on the finale, and right now, watching Season 2 when it comes out is up in the air. That being said, let's go over my scores. So as I said, writing got 7 out of 10, which is surprising for me because when you have that many different writers working on a show, which I know is commonplace these days, sometimes it's very hard to maintain continuity and maintain the overall feel of the story. They did an okay job doing that. They did. Like I said, it's okay. It's 7 out of 10. Average in my book. The acting got an 8 out of 10, in my opinion, because the actors were able to portray the actual emotional ranges of the characters they were showing. Even the background characters that were just there for all of the orgy scenes were still more believable than some of the shit that I've seen other companies put out right now. The woke meter. Alright, this one is a 1 to 10. Obviously, the higher it goes, the lower the overall score it gets, because the more woke it is, the more garbage it is. This one was kind of tough, though. Because when you're looking at a politically based movie that deals directly with gender and social politics as its theme, you have to be able to take a step back and wonder how much woke politics is going into the standard presentation of the media. And honestly, the series, in my opinion, got a 4 out of 10 on the woke meter, which puts it at average. Honestly, it does. 4 to 6 is average woke, something you would expect to see in today's media. I saw other reviews that said that it was probably ranking it a 9 to a 10 on the woke meter, but when you step back and you actually look at the context of the information being shared, it wasn't as woke as it would appear at first glance. For instance, the orgies, everybody belongs to everybody else. Initially, in the first episode, the orgy was presented in a very Spartacus way, giving you cultural context of its importance within New London. As the series on, I guess that message stayed the same, but it focused a little too heavily on the sex, and that disengaged me quite a bit, because If you want to make a porno, go make a porno, NBC. Seriously. On other things, towards the end of the season, they started focusing more heavily on monogamy, and they started focusing more heavily on the social discord that happens when everyone is expected to be the same. That lowered the wokeness in my book because they actually started balancing it out a little bit for normal people. I gotta say, though, that finale was garbage. The way it ended, I'm not gonna let that go. It was a terrible choice on how you ended it. In my opinion, you should have gone with another 3 episodes and smoothed things out a little bit. You rushed it. Now, when I average these scores out, and you look at them objectively, the overall entertainment value, in my opinion, came out to about 71%. Okay? 100% being the most entertaining thing I've ever seen in my life, and 0% being, I can't believe I even watched 2 minutes of it. So 71% is about average these days, in my opinion. It was entertaining for a while. There were several spots where it dropped in viewer retention because the character continuity changed a lot, specifically with John the Savage. Specifically in episode 6, the turn towards violence at the end of the season was actually pretty well done. I liked what you did with the epsilons. Some people could misconstrue that as showing that the worker class, even within socialist societies, are violent and unruly and unable to be controlled, I guess you could say. But honestly, I felt like the first season of this showed the honest humanity that exists within our world today, and the message could be taken as a warning that socialist societies always lead to the downfall because people aren't supposed to be exactly the same. That being said, I hope you enjoyed this review, and as always, I hope you have a wonderful day.